means those living there often feel stuck in a game where they don't have all the power-ups. And this just highlights the urgent need for innovative ideas that can boost their living conditions. But wait, there's more. The mention of poverty in these communities reveals some serious socioeconomic struggles. However, it's heartwarming to see the incredible resilience and spirit of the local kiddos. They're like little suns, shining bright despite facing shadows. It's a lesson in positivity that even we adults sometimes need reminders about. Now, let's dig into the role of local farmers, who are basically the superheroes of agriculture. They work hand in hand with the community to ensure that everyone has the necessary resources. It's like a big potluck dinner where everyone brings something to the table, except instead of lasagna, they're serving up fresh produce. This teamwork fosters feelings of collaboration and responsibility among everyone. Speaking of teamwork, farming is a group effort, like herding cats while trying to bake a cake. Farmers band together to achieve a greater purpose. They call it Dumbo Dough, because who doesn't love a friendly elephant reference in agriculture? It's a fun way to describe their combined efforts and camaraderie out in the fields. However, challenges come knocking on farmers' doors too. They often need local support and resources, or, as I like to call it, their farmer's toolkit. Without proper communication and planning, their chances of success can take a nosedive. So the community gets together to sharpen those tools. And speaking of community, let's hear from our speaker as they share personal stories about local events. It's all about those connections that keep families and friends bonded tighter than a Tupperware lid after Thanksgiving dinner. These relationships remind us how important it is to cherish each other. Now, let's not forget Mother Nature. The weather changes can really throw a wrench in daily life, like trying to do the cha-cha at a square dance. It's fascinating, and sometimes amusing, how these weather patterns influence community activities and interactions. Nothing like a little rain dance to keep spirits high. Oh, and there's a delightful discussion about cultural elements and local traditions. These unique quirks shape the identity of the community, like a family recipe passed down through generations. It just gets better and better. It's amazing how these traditions add flavor to their daily lives. And here comes Pooja, who expresses her love for the group like a kid loves ice cream. She says she wishes their gatherings would continue, despite the hurdles they face. This heartfelt moment speaks volumes about community bonds, because let's face it, who doesn't love a bit of togetherness? But wait, there's a twist. Ajay dives into a video project that's like the creative icing on the cake of friendship. He highlights how important collaboration is among pals, all while keeping the tone lighthearted. Who knew making videos could be such a laughter-filled bonding experience? Finally, Ethiopia. Oh, what a place. It's a land where joy and tragedy hold hands and dance their way through life, much like those two uncles at a wedding after too much coffee. Here, every cup of coffee tells a story, filled with deep history and a sprinkle of emotional drama that could rival the best soap operas. Imagine sipping your morning brew, knowing it carries the bittersweet experiences that come with each bean. Trust me, that first sip might just have you feeling like you're on a thrilling roller coaster of flavors. Now, let's not skip the essential steps in the coffee journey. It's a bit like preparing for a family road trip. There's a lot of planning involved, and if you forget one thing, it can end up being a very long and grumpy ride. From planting those tiny coffee seeds to nurturing them like they're your own children, and finally to harvesting, every stage is a team effort. The amount of hard work that goes into transforming those little beans into that aromatic cup of joy we love is nothing short of extraordinary. And let's be honest, it's enough to make anyone want to take a nap just hearing about it. Speaking of teamwork, collaboration is the name of the game in coffee production. It's like a family game night, where everyone plays a part. Maybe mom's the bean sorter, dad's tending to the coffee plants, and the kids are just trying not to spill everything. You know, folks, audience interaction is like the secret sauce on your grandma's famous lasagna. It keeps everything lively and full of flavor. Just picture the speaker tossing around playful banter with the viewers. It's like a verbal game of catch, where humor bounces back and forth, keeping everyone on their toes and chuckling in their seats. And speaking of favorite recipes, let's sprinkle in a little music, shall we? The way it dances through the discussion adds a rhythmic flow that could get even the grumpiest couch potato tapping their toes. It transforms the content into a lively fiesta of fun, making it so enjoyable that you might forget it's educational. Who knew learning could sound so good? Now, let's not forget how cultural references are like the cherry on top of our humor sundae. They add that extra zing, showcasing local traditions and quirky habits that everyone can relate to. It's like pulling on the heartstrings of the audience, creating an instant connection, because who doesn't love a joke about Aunt Edna's infamous fruitcake? It's all about bonding, folks.